So today we're going to be doing the unboxing of the Roku Ultra. I was going to make this video short and sweet, but I decided to first go into the story of why we decided to get a Roku unit. And if you just want the short and sweet version, you can just fast forward this part and get right into it. But the main reason was we got a pretty large increase in our cable bill. And I called them up about it and they couldn't do anything. So I decided, all right. So I asked around with a few friends, and quite a few of my friends had Roku units. And one of my friends let me use his unit for about a week. And another friend explained and he showed me all the things that it does. So it's really I was pretty impressed with the unit anyway. So I decided to get one. And doing a lot of research. So the first time I got one, it was the, I believe it's called the Premier model. And after doing more research, I decided I can really use all the features that the Ultra offers. So even though it's a little bit more, sometimes it pays to get or to spend a little bit more and get exactly what you want. One of the saddest feelings is, I wish I would have. You don't want to say afterwards, I wish I would have paid a little bit more and got what I truly wanted rather than having to compromise. So if possible, don't compromise, get what you want as long as it's affordable, etc. So the main reason that I decided on the Ultra was mainly because I am able to hook up a portable hard drive to it through a USB port. So this way I can watch any movies that I made, any videos in my business or even for personal use. And also it's got a place that I can plug a set of headphones in that comes with this unit. And from what I saw reading the comments and the reviews on this, the quality is just super fantastic. So that was the reason I wanted to spend a little bit more and get the best that they had to offer. So let's take a look. So let's see what we got here. I want you to be the first to see this. Alright, so this looks like we have our streaming player on top, and then of course you can see on back you do have an Ethernet port here as well as the HDMI port, and then of course your AC adapter I guess plugs into here as well. So that's part of it. And there's the beauty itself, the remote control, which, yes, there it is. It's got the headphone port here. And then also one of the things that I read about this that I did like was the fact that I can just speak into here and it'll find a certain movie. And of course we also have a few apps that are on the bottom of the remote. One thing I do want to point out, there were some places that were selling an older version of the Roku Ultra, but this is the number SKU number 467. I know some had the 466, which I believe was last year's model. And the newer one was supposed to be a little bit better, so I did want to make sure that I did get the current model. So you want to check into that too if you're considering get the newest version that's available. And in my case it was the 467 0R or OR. So let's take a look and see what else we got. Okay, we have our AC adapter that plugs into the back of the unit. And it's nice, it even comes with batteries. We get 2 AA batteries. We'll keep this out so you could see. And last but not least, little buds for the headphones here. And this was something that I thought would be nice to have, and something that if I'm watching TV and it's late at night and I don't want to disturb anybody, of course, I can just plug this into the headphone jack here and I can start watching my TV using just my headphones for the audio. Looks like that ought to be it. So there it is, everything that's included with this unit. And then next we're going to hook it up, and let's take a look at that after we hook it up. Thank you. We're going to be using the quick start guide to set up our Roku unit, and the first thing it tells us to do is to insert the HDMI cable into the back of the Roku unit. So let's do that. And it also brings to attention that if you're going to be streaming 4K, you want to make sure that all your devices and everything in the chain supports 4K. Of course, your TV and even your HDMI cable. And of course, you want to make sure you plug it into the right port if it supports 4K. In our case, I don't have a 4K TV, so we're going to be going with the regular. And the next thing it tells us to do is to plug in our AC adapter to the back of the unit. Okay, now we have our HDMI cable hooked up. Now we already have the HDMI cable, of course, hooked up to the back of the TV, and I already have the AC adapter plugged into our wall socket. Actually, I have it hooked up to a surge protector. Okay, so let's turn this unit around, and as you can see, we have a little bit of a light here, so the unit is on. And let's take the next step now. And the next step is to using our TV remote to power on your TV. And then we're going to select the input that we use to connect our Roku player to. And I believe it was HDMI 4. Yes, that's correct. And the next step would be to insert the batteries into the Roku player remote control unit. And here we're going to be inserting the AA batteries that came with the unit. Just check your polarity, make sure you're okay. Okay, the light's blinking, so we have it in correctly. Okay, now the remote control unit looks to be okay. So once the batteries are installed, it says that your remote should pair with your streaming player automatically. And next we just follow the instructions on our TV screen. So since our Roku player is currently not connected to a wireless network, we're going to have to set that up. So we're going to click on the setup, okay. And it's going to be looking for our wireless network. And once you find your network, you have to type in your password. So once you have your password typed in, you're going to hit connect. And we'll just follow the instructions on the screen. It's getting the latest software, and once the update is installed, it's going to restart automatically. We're going to click OK. And here we can see the progress. And there it is. It looks like the Roku is jumping for joy, and it seems to be hooked up correctly so far. And again, we're going to follow the instructions on the screen. It says to press OK, and the Roku will analyze our HDMI connection. So we're all set to go because this HDMI input is capable of playing video at the resolution of up to 1080p. We're going to click OK on that. Okay, as you can see here, I did not confirm the selection fast enough, so the screen went away. So we have to go back and try again. Okay, we're going to click OK on that. And it also says that our TV power and volume can be controlled with our Roku remote. So we're going to check our remote settings. Okay, so yes, music is playing. We'll click on that. Okay, because we're actually using a separate soundbar to play our audio, we're going to hit yes, the music has stopped playing. And now our remote is set up to control the TV's power and volume. And it says, remember to point your remote at this TV. We're going to click OK. And next we're going to have to get either an iPad or a small computer, and we're going to have to use a web browser to continue and follow these next steps. Okay, so after I enter the code on the website, I'm going to have to create an account. So let's do that. Okay, here's going to ask us for our personal information, and I believe this is where they're going to ask for a credit card number also. So let's do that, and then we'll come back to you. Okay, so after we fill out all our personal information, it's going to ask us to select some of the apps that we might want, and I've done that. And then Roku starts to set everything up for you, and then we're at this point now that we're all done. So let's see what happens. So it looks like it's taking us to a little tutorial on how things work, so I'm going to turn on the sound for that. And this will be fairly good to watch since I'm new at Roku, so we can learn some of the tips and tricks here. It looks like everything installed successfully and we're all set to go. Okay, so we're going to press home to get out of this and go back to home, and there it is. Looks like everything that I selected got installed okay on there, and we're all set to go. And it's a pretty easy setup. All you do is follow your instructions and you put your password in. And then, of course, towards the end, you put all your personal information, and it does ask you to put in your credit card. I imagine that's in case you want to watch any pay-per-view movies, so this way they're going to get paid for that. So anyway, this is it, and it looks like it's working good so far. Forrest Gump. So I just pressed the microphone button on the remote, and I spoke in Forrest Gump, and look what came up. Forrest Gump. Isn't that amazing? Let's try it again. I'm going to hold in the microphone, and let's see what else we can find. Cool Hand Luke. There it is. This is a great movie I saw back in high school. And Cool Hand Luke. And look, it's on here, so you can watch it. So now that we plugged in a portable hard drive using the USB port, as you can see, it asks us if we want to launch. So we're going to launch. We're going to hit OK. So let's see what we have here. This is the first time I'm doing this, so let's see. So it looks like it's finding the folders for us. And I believe we have a couple under Roku clips. So let's open that folder up. There it is. So let's start with this one here. Now to me this is pretty amazing. So we just simply plugged a portable hard drive into the USB port, and here we can watch our own media on a large screen TV. Okay, we're going to stop this one and I'm going to try another. So this is another MP4 file that we're playing on our portable hard drive. So far, I'm very happy, and we're going to try our headphones, and hopefully we're going to enjoy this unit for quite a while, just in case something happens to our cable company that we can no longer get a good deal. We have a lot of good options with Roku and some other services. So thank you very much for watching.